Jasmine, Ms.Phony Crockett has announced that she's running for Senator of Texas. Let's talk about that. All right. I'm gonna try to be nice, okay? And I'm making this video, I'm speaking as the servant for the Lord, okay? And I'm gonna just share what is being put on my heart, strongly put into my heart and my spirit. I'm not coming out and saying I'm a prophet or I'm receiving a prophetic word. I don't play with the Lord like that, but I am his servant, okay? And I've learned to listen, okay? And I'm gonna share what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing about this whole Jasmine, Ms.Phony Crockett. Now, if you've been watching me long enough, you know how I feel about her. I call her Ms.Phony, okay? For obvious reasons. Now, she's announced that she's running to be Senator of Texas, against all odds, mind you, right? So that tells me a number of things. One, that she's been promised support from the Democratic Party, okay? She wouldn't just be doing this if she didn't have the green light from them, okay? So there's that. Two, they have created such an image of her, right, as being low IQ and ghetto, and she's been playing the role now, don't get it twisted. And this has all been a setup for what I'm being shown is their ultimate goal, all right? So, I'm gonna just share what I'm hearing and seeing in my spirit, okay? She's going to win. She's going to win that Senate bid. Now, she's got all the Muslims down there, which they're just over the next year before the primaries and the general election. Texas can expect a mass influx to their population. They're about to be importing all the Muslims and the illegals. They can pay and muster up, okay, to send votes her way. She's going to win that Senate bid, all right? The Antichrist has promised her the White House. Now, she has shown that she sold her soul already for power, okay? She only cares about one person, and that is herself. She don't give nothing about black people, white people, Americans. She only cares for herself, okay? And so the Antichrist has promised her the White House. She's already shown that she's willing to do any and everything she's told to do to achieve power, okay? And so what I'm seeing in my spirit is that she is going to be Barack Obama 2.0. Okay, she has everything that Kamala Harris lacked. One, Kamala Harris wasn't really black. Two, Kamala Harris couldn't talk herself out of a wet box on a rainy day, right? Three, a lot of white liberals really didn't like Kamala Harris. So with Jasmine, Ms.Phony Crockett, not only is she gonna lock down black women, okay? Like, that's not really hard to do. You know, black women will vote for a dirty sock if it had a D next to it. But she will also bring in the black men, of course, right? Because, all right? And then the white liberal women. So the Antichrist has absolutely promised her the White House as long as she continue to hold the line, bend over and touch her toes for the Democratic Party, and be for every ungodly, anti-Christ, anti-American policy that they want to push forward. Of course, she will be the mouthpiece for that, and she's already shown her loyalty to the Antichrist. So they have promised her the White House. She is going to win her Senate bid, and just like Barack Obama, won't even complete her first term as a senator and run for the president. Now here's where I'm kind of wondering about that whole thing. I know she's been promised the White House. I'm not sure. Maybe how it's going to depend on how things develop. If it's going to be running for president or being nominated as someone else's vice president. Okay, so there may still be some another card, you know, in the hole for the Antichrist to play out of that Democratic Party. We shall see. But this is absolutely a Barack Obama 2.0 bid from the Democratic Party. They're going to push everything they got in their power to get her elected as Senate. And then once she gets as a senator, then come 2028, she's going to be on that ticket, okay? And that's what I'm being shown. That's what I'm hearing in my spirit. Trust and believe. This is not something that I wanted to do. You know, everything in me wanted to not do this, right? And that's one thing. After you've been walking with the Lord long enough, you learn that usually that's how you know when it's the Father talking to you, because it'll always be something you don't want to hear or something you don't want to do, right? And this is one of those cases, you know. As much as I highly dislike her as a person, because I know how dangerous she is, I know how evil she is, right? And I know how dangerous and Antichrist and evil that party is altogether for us as Christians and for us as American citizens, okay? So by her announcing this bid against all odds, you know, I mean, when you see the reactions, you know, everybody is like, oh, she doesn't have it, you know, so they've already painted her in everybody's mind as just being like she don't stand a chance. But see, what everybody is forgetting, the Democratic Party, they don't care. All they want is puppets and slaves, right? They just want people that will do what they're told to do when they're told to do it. You don't have to have a high IQ. But I'm not going to sell her short. I'm sure she's very smart, right? And she knows what she's doing. And like I said, she has bent over and touched the toes for the Antichrist, okay? And that's what makes her dangerous. And so therefore they're gonna do everything in their power to get her elected as Senate. And then come to 2028, she's gonna be on that ticket for the White House. That's what I'm saying. And so I just want us to be aware of that. Don't get caught up in the hype that she doesn't have a chance. You know, don't count the Democrats out. You know, they use all type of demonic powers and underhanded means, everything to achieve power, you know. And so I don't want us to drop the ball on this, right? We need to see down the road, and that's what I'm being shown, okay? And be on our guard for what's happening. They're going to make big moves down in Texas to get her reelected. And I see that as just being an influx of more Muslims, more illegals, you know, and then everything they can to push votes her way to get her elected as Senate into the Senate. And then she won't even do a whole first term, just like Barack Obama, you know. And then, of course, with all the, I mean, they're already doing it. Look, I mean, she's not even 24 hours after she announced her Senate run, they're already painting the picture. Oh, if you don't support her, you're sexist and you're racist. Already, that language is starting. You see where this is going now, right? And so that's going to be the whole media play behind it. They're going to pump her up just like they try to do Kamala, like she's just the best thing walking on two legs now. And this is a dangerous thing, because like I said, it's going to be hyped up just like a Barack Obama 2.0. And if the Republicans aren't ready to counter that, and if us Americans who love this country, who want to keep our country, if we don't pay attention to what's going on and drop the ball, then there won't be no recovery. The Democrats gain back power, and it will be over. They will have achieved what they've been trying to achieve, which is a woman in the office, right? And we know that's been Satan's ploy since day one, is to put a woman in charge. So there's that. But, you know, I guess that makes me sexist saying that. Whatever, I don't care. You call me what you want to call me. All right, that's all I got. It's nice out here. It's cold, but it's not. It's like a warm cold, right? Nah, that just means the wind's not blowing. We had a little snow earlier, so I'm gonna let Samson go. It's my buddy. Look how good he's doing. You'll never guess how bad he was doing about a year ago. I thought I was gonna lose him. You know, the Lord came through and healed him. And he's never been more healthy. 10 years old, just turned 10 this year. So that's my guy. And the Lord has shown me how much more time I have left with him. So we still have a few more years. You know, I'm gonna keep that to myself, but you know, that's something the Lord has spoken into my spirit, that I still have some time with him. So I enjoy every day that I can, right? All right, just in summary, like I said, she's going to win the Senate race. And then come 2028, she's going to be on that ticket. This is the whole play of the Antichrist party. So let's not drop the ball. All right, thanks for watching. Until next time.